What's up, y'all? Tell like it is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. We got the NBA playoffs starting today. That's right. The NBA playoffs is starting today. All right. Now, I might miss a few of these games. Obviously, I'll probably be at the park with my kids. If not, I definitely will be at the basketball court, my damn self, get me a little workout in. So I might miss the first couple games. I might miss the first game for sure. I might miss the first half of the second game, which is a game that I really want to see. So it is what it is. But anyway, let's get into it, man. I'm gonna do my Saturday matchups. We'll do the Sunday matchups later on today. Obviously when I get back. So we'll do that when I upload this before I get ready to leave. But anyway, and if you've been asking, tell like this, where you been at? Where you been at? Why you ain't talking about this? I've been protecting my energy. I actually have a video on the Carmelo Anthony situation. I just ain't uploaded yet. I also have a video about the Hebrew Israelites being chased out of Kenya for telling people that Jesus was black, right? So I got both of those videos. I just haven't uploaded anything, you know what I'm saying, because my phone's broke, you know what I mean? So I've been trying to finagle and finesse this goddamn phone situation. So, it just kind of is what it is, right? But anyway, let's get into these matchups, though. All right, so those videos will be coming today. But anyway, first matchup is the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Indiana Pacers. Now, the Indiana Pacers pretty much been having the Milwaukee Bucks number this season. And Milwaukee's a great team. They just haven't been able to, they got hot down the stretch. They've been really kind of up and down. I ain't going to say inconsistent, but, inconsistent to a certain degree. But, Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis and Dame, they're always capable of doing what they need to do. But as far as the team goes, it just don't seem like they playing. It seems like they don't really, especially with losing Bobby Portis. Dame is going to have to be big, and Giannis is going to have to be big, you know what I mean, for them to be able to beat the Indiana Pacers, who is a whole team. I know that Tyler Halliburton is pretty much the star of the team, but there's a lot of guys on that team that can give you buckets. There's a lot of guys on that team that can give you buckets in the starting role, in the bench role. You got guys that come off the bench and give you at least 15. You know what I'm saying? Give you 10 points, give you 12 points. So the Indiana Pacers, this is going to be a tough matchup for the Milwaukee Bucks. Do I think Milwaukee can pull it off? I think Milwaukee can pull it off. Like I said, they're going to need big gains from Dame. All this shit of Dame reverting to goddamn Giannis, he going to have to stop that shit. He going to have to be Dame Dollars if they're going to win this series, period. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. He going to have to be, it's got to be Dame time. It's got to be Dame time. Dame has been sitting up here playing the goddamn Robin role, and this is why the shit is not working as where people would think that it would have worked with the Milwaukee Bucks. It's because Dame is not Dame. He's playing Robin. He gotta be Dame Dollars. Period. You know what I'm saying? He gotta be Dame Dollars. If he ain't Dame Dollars, they getting the fuck up out of there. And they're gonna blow this whole Giannis and Dame shit up. Like motherfuckers getting traded. You know what I'm saying? Like all type of shit is gonna end up happening at the end of the day. But Dame has to be Dame. He has to be the lead guy. If Dame is not the lead guy, it's not going to work. This whole situation hasn't worked. Why? Because Dame is not the lead guy. Dame has to be the man. He got to be him. He got to be getting 25 to 30, in this series. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. He's got to be comfortable. I'll get more into the Dame Dollar situation when it comes down to Milwaukee. We'll tap more into that depending on what happens with this series and why I feel like it's failed. It is what it is, right? But in this particular series, man, I'm gonna say the Indiana Pacers going to win this series. Just for the simple fact, um, just Milwaukee don't have a lot of players that can come off the bench and give you some numbers, give you some product, give you some production at the end of the day. They just don't. A heavy load is going to be put on Dame and Giannis. You know what I'm saying? And in them two alone is not going to be able to lift them up in a whole series. Now, if you wanted to say a game or two, you know what I'm saying? If you want to say a game or two, yes. But in a whole series, I don't think so, man. I don't think that's going to be enough. You're going to need 40 from Dame. You're going to need 30 from Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to need 40 from Giannis. You're going to need 30 from Dame. Like, that's in the series, no, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being realistic about the situation. Unless somebody else, Kyle Kuzma, is out here at least throwing up 20, then maybe they have a shot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have a shot if Kyle Kuzma is giving them 20 a game. But I just think that the Indiana Pacers, man, with all the pieces that they have, you got Siakam, you got Halliburton, obviously. You got the little light-skinned nigga with the braids, you know what I'm saying? I forgot his name. Ninberg. You got T.J. McDonald, you know what I'm saying? The white boy coming off the bench. He can give you 16 to 15, you know what I'm saying? So, you got a lot of guys on that team, man, that's capable of coming through collectively as a team and being able to put up them numbers, man. So, I got the Indiana Pacers, man, taking this about 6 games. You know what I'm saying? I got the Indiana Pacers taking this in 6 games. So let's go on to the next game that's happening today. We got the LA Clippers versus the Denver Nuggets. A lot of shock has been thrown around the NBA with a lot of these coaches getting fired. If you ask me, bro, I really believe in the Luka conspiracy, the Lakers conspiracy for them to be able to get a top seed. I believe they started firing all these coaches just so the Lakers can get a top seed, and it could be, like I said, I really believe in the conspiracy of some bullshit going on so the Lakers can float up to having the top seed. In my personal opinion, that's my personal opinion, though. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into the matchup, man. So we got the LA Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, and we got the Joker with the Nuggets at the end of the day. I think this is going to be a hella fire series at the end of the day. We know that these teams have faced each other before in the bubble. I don't think they face each other after the bubble, if I'm not mistaken. We know obviously they played each other in the regular season, but I'm talking about playoff-wise. I don't think they played each other since the bubble. So we all know what happened in the bubble. Kawhi Leonard and them boys pretty much choked. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much choked in the bubble up 3-1 and got walked down and pretty much lost the series, all right? This time around, Kawhi Leonard, he looks to be healthy. The one thing that's iffy about the Clippers, man, is Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard and them knees. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute he'll be out there looking like the coldest nigga of all time. Next minute, he out for the series. Like, God damn. Kawhi Leonard been going down like this, man, the last couple years, bro. You like, man, this nigga Kawhi, he the coldest nigga of all time. You know what I'm saying? He might go to the championship this year. Next game, Kawhi Leonard, yeah, he out for the series. God damn, bro. And his injuries be funny because it's like, well, not funny like it's hilarious, but funny because it's like, bro, you just watched him play a game and dominate a game. He literally would dominate a game, and then he won't play the entire series after that. He's done for the playoffs. Like, what the fuck? This nigga was looking like the coldest nigga ever, you know what I'm saying? And now he done for the series. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to make 2 predictions on this, all right? If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, okay, the Clippers should win this game with all the, chaos that's going on with Denver and Jamal Murray, he playing, he not playing, Mike Malone getting fired. I think that was just I don't know. Mike Malone might be banging somebody's wife or something like that because I've never seen somebody get fired like this in the middle of the season, right before the playoff. 4 or 5 games before the playoffs, you're firing the head coach. Never seen no shit like that as much as I've been watching basketball. And I've been watching basketball for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I've never seen no shit like that. So Mike Malone must be banging somebody broad or something like that. Like, I don't know. This shit is insane. So with all this turmoil going on with a healthy Kawhi Leonard, I see the Clippers pulling this shit off with James Harden, Norman Powell, Zubac. Like I said, they got a collective of guys. So does Denver. But I just feel like with Ty Lue, they have more structure going on with the Clippers than they do the Nuggets, right? But if some weird-ass reason this nigga Kawhi cannot finish the series, because Kawhi Leonard at this point you can't trust this nigga, you know what I'm saying? You just can't trust this nigga at the end of the day. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Great player, Hall of Fame player when he retires, but you just can't trust his health at the end of the day. And, so I'm going to say healthy-wise, Kawhi Leonard and them boys get it done in about 6 games. 6, 7 games, you know what I'm saying? But Kawhi Leonard injured or he plays a few games and he's done for the series type shit, I'm going to go to Nuggets, man, in the same kind of scenario. Matter of fact, I'm going to go to Nuggets in less. I'm going to go to Nuggets in at least 5 to 6 games. If for whatever weird-ass reason Kawhi get out here game 1 today looking like the coldest nigga of all time, and then game 2, this nigga can't play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I'm going Nuggets 5 or 6 games if Kawhi Leonard is unable to finish the series. But if Kawhi Leonard is able to finish the series, I got the Clippers. Straight up and down. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, I got the Clippers. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Anyway, let's go to the next matchup today. So the next matchup today is the Detroit Pistons versus the New York Knicks. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons, man. Shout out to that organization. They've been at the bottom of the bottom for years. They've been the laughing stock almost of the NBA. You go out to the club type shit before you get ready to play the Detroit Pistons. Man, who we playing tonight? Man, y'all trying to go out tonight? Nah, man, we got a game tomorrow, man. Man, who we playing tomorrow? Man, we got Detroit. Man, where we going tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Detroit Pistons was that on your schedule. You was looking at, where y'all going to go out Saturday or Thursday night, you know what I'm saying? Playing the Detroit Pistons. It was no, man, nah, we got to get our rest, man. We playing LeBron in them, you know what I'm saying? Nah, you Detroit Pistons, man, hold up, man. Where the hoes at? You getting on Instagram. You trying to link up with the Instagram hoes, thoughts and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to have a good time and shit when you rolled up in Detroit. But now Detroit is no longer a laughing stock. Detroit is no longer that pit stop where you can go through and have a good time. Detroit done motherfucking rose their game up at the end of the day and stop niggas from overlooking them, and they have became a serious team. And I believe in Detroit. I'm gonna keep it $1 with y'all, man. I believe in Detroit, man. I believe in Detroit so much that I personally think they're gonna win this series. I personally think they're gonna win this series. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Brunson. It seems like he's healthy, but he might be lingering a serious injury that we just don't know about, because I really haven't been seeing a lot of Jalen Brunson. Now, don't get it twisted. New York Knicks is a good team. They're the 3rd seed or the 4th seed, if I'm not mistaken. But the Pistons, man, listen, man. The Pistons they've been on some shit this year, man. They really have been on some shit this year. And, I think they're going to shock the Knicks, man. I think they're going to shock the basketball world. Unless you like a New York Knicks, unless you a New York Knicks fan, and you just only watch the New York Knicks, you're going to think this series with the Pistons is just some kind of fucking breeze over. This is not about to be a breeze over in no shape, form, or fashion. The Detroit Pistons is coming to play. These young boys is coming out here stepping on shit. You know what I'm saying? They've been stepping on shit all year. And I've noticed the Detroit Pistons, based on them playing the Celtics. Now, if you somebody who follow the Celtics, you know the Celtics struggle with. There's three teams that I say that the Celtics struggle with: the Orlando Magic, okay, the Detroit Pistons, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. For whatever weird ass reason, over the last 3 or 4 years, they have struggled with these teams. The Pistons have gave these niggas a run for their money over the last 3, 4 years, and this is before. This is the laughing stock Pistons, but they young and they've been, getting better at the team. And for whatever weird ass reason, they decide they want to play ball when it came down to the Boston Celtics. These three teams, okay? If they show up like I know that they can show up, as far as me watching them, they gonna beat the New York Knicks, dog. Listen, bro. I'm going with the Detroit Pistons, man. I ain't about to sit up here and hold y'all, bro. I got the Detroit Pistons, man, pulling off the upset in 6 games, man. Now, listen, one could be like, oh, tell this TV, man, you on bullshit, dog. Man, ain't no way in hell, man. The New York, man, they gonna win. And they might. They might. That's really my first prediction. I'm going to keep it $1 with y'all. My first prediction is really that the Knicks will win this series. But I'm rolling with the Pistons, dog. I'm just rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just rooting for them, man. They've been at the basement. They've been at the bottom for too long. And they done finally got now that they didn't make the play-in, they actually made the playoffs. You see what I'm saying? They actually made the playoffs. So I'm rooting for them boys, man. I really am, man. It is what it is, man. I think they did 3-6, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm really rooting for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm really rooting for the Pistons, man. I want to see them boys go up there and pull off the upset. You know what I'm saying? Cunningham and, Ivory, or whatever the fuck his last name is. You got Isaiah Stewart. A lot of people don't like him. I like him because he's an enforcer. He's standing on business. You know what I'm saying? And he's standing on business for his guys. You know what I'm saying? So I always appreciate a guy like Isaiah Stewart. They got the rookie. I don't know if he's a rookie or not, but they got the other big man. So, they got a lot of young pieces on that team, man, that I'm really rooting for these guys, man. I'm really rooting for them. I'm really excited for them to go to the Garden, you know what I'm saying? Go to Madison Square Garden, Game 1, you know what I'm saying? And stand on some business. Let the NBA world, I've got them winning Game 1. Fuck that, you know what I'm saying? I got them winning Game 1. And I got them winning the series. But if they don't win the series, that's fine, you know what I'm saying? It's not no sweat off my back. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm rooting for them, man. I really am, man. I'm really rooting for the Pistons to pull this shit off and for people to stop looking at Detroit Pistons as some kind of slouch over team or, some kind of, Detroit Pistons, man, they're a staple of this league, man. Point blank, period. From the bad boy Pistons back in the day, from the Grant Hill era where his little stint that he had, and then, the Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton era, you know what I'm saying? And now they're back. Fucking 15, 20 years later, you know what I mean? So now they're back in the playoffs and being considered. I mean, most people probably not consider Detroit being a top tier team, but they're working their way towards there once again. So, it's always great to see Detroit in the playoffs, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. But I got Detroit, man, pulling this shit off, man, in about, I say Detroit probably pulls it off in about, I say probably 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm going to say 7 games. I'm going to say this is going to be a 7-game series at the end of the day. I got Detroit pulling this off in the Garden. Where it started is where it's going to finish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say that Detroit is going to pull it off. Like the Bible say, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So I got the Pistons pulling off Game 1, and I got them winning Game 7 in New York. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see how that works out. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, anyway, let's come over here to the last game, the main event of tonight, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Listen, dog, I'm really interested into this matchup right here. A lot of these matchups I'm really interested in, man. The playoffs is what I've been waiting for all season. Obviously, I've been monitoring this season at the end of the day, especially when it comes down to the Boston Celtics, okay? I'm not going to give y'all who my championship prediction is. I'm just going to do these predictions round by round, all right? So it is what it is. Y'all already know who I'm rooting for. Y'all already know I got the Celtics going back to back on some Drizzy Drake type shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We're going to let this thing play out. So let's get into this, man. You got LeBron in year 22 or year 21, whatever year LeBron is in. Old man James. Grandpa James. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout out to LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But this is Luka's team now, all right? So it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing plays out when it comes down to the playoffs. Now, I personally think that Minnesota Timberwolves actually have the better cast around, all right? Now, one could be like, tell Stevie, how the fuck could you say that? LeBron and them got Luka. They got LeBron. They got Luka. Yeah, you only got LeBron and Luka. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else is pretty much trying to make a name for themselves for the most part. The third wheel, I would say, would be Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. When you look at a team like the Minnesota Timberwolves, I know they're the 6th seed, but they can give the Lakers hell, dog. They really can. If I'm going to make a quick prediction, I would say, yes, the Lakers should be favored to win this series. They should be favored. But are they really the favorite? Are they really the favorite? Because when you look at the Timberwolves, you look at a guy like Ant-Man. You got Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan's son. Allegedly Michael Jordan's son. You know what I'm saying? So you got Michael Jordan's son over here, right? You got Julius Randle, who's somebody who can give you 15 to 20. At best, at worst, he give you 15 to 20. If he do anything over 20 points, you might as well consider that a dub, right? So 15 to 20 at the end of the day. You got Rudy Gobert, who's somebody who can protect the rim. Now, Rudy Gobert is going to be key because his ass can't be getting in foul trouble. I'm gonna be looking out for that for them referees trying to get Rudy Gobert into foul trouble. But you got Rudy Gobert, big man, defensive player of the year multiple times. Who could protect the rim and keep guys from getting to the basket. Now, Rudy's going to be trouble when because they're going to put his ass in pick and roll action a lot. You know what I'm saying? Rudy Gobert is going to be put in pick and roll action to where the point they might have to take Rudy out the fucking game because they're going to be trying to work this nigga when it come down to pick and roll action. You know what I mean? And they're going to be looking to get the switch, and LeBron and Luka is going to be pretty much licking their chops on that pick and roll action and getting his ass on that island at the end of the day. So, they definitely going to have to watch out for that. But, you still got Rudy Gobert. You got Naz Reid, a former 6th man of the year. I think they might do better with having Naz Reid in there compared to Rudy because Rudy is not great laterally. You know what I'm saying? He's not great with moving his feet. He's real sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Very sloppy out there on defense as far as getting him guarding somebody. Now, as far as jumping up, contesting the basket or some shit like that, blocking a shot, getting a rebound, he's great. But pick and roll action out there on that island like that, nah. He's not the greatest defensive player. They're going to cook his ass, you know what I'm saying? They're going to cook his ass at the end of the day. So, I don't think that's going to really work out at the end of the day. But Naz Reid, him being out there, I think that'll work out a lot better. They might have to do a lot of small ball if they want any chance of winning this series. Obviously, you have the great veteran in Mike Conley. Mike Conley, great point guard, veteran point guard, knows what he's doing, been in the playoffs multiple times, been in multiple playoff runs as well. So, at the end of the day, I like in the aspect of, a floor general being out there. The Lakers' only floor general they have is really LeBron and Luka. And like I said, that's really it. That's really it. At the end of the day, they don't really have anybody else that can come off the bench, give you that could be consistent enough that's going to come off the bench, give you 20, give you 15, give you 12. You know what I'm saying? Hell, give you 10 points. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers really don't have that. As to where the Minnesota Timberwolves, They kind of have that coming off the bench. They have Nas Reed. They have other guys. I just can't really think of the names right now. But they have a lot of guys that can really come through collectively if Ant-Man is struggling. Ant-Man is going to have to be big for the Minnesota Timberwolves to win this series. Ant-Man, he got to be big, dog. He has to be big. He has to slow down his game. He can't be taking a lot of fucking threes. He's got to put pressure on the defense. He has to cave the defense, get to the basket, put pressure on these referees, dog. You know what I'm saying? If they're not calling it, the world going to be watching. It don't matter. The world going to be watching and be like, yo, yeah, the referee's on some bullshit. Even if they do that shit the whole series, he cannot let up and be shooting all these fucking threes and shit like that. I mean, if he wide open, obviously take the three. But Ant-Man his pressure has to be coming downhill, getting to the basket, and putting pressure on these big men. Because the Lakers don't have a lot of big men. They don't have no rim protection. They have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So Ant-Man need to be going down there trying to dunk on everything down there, period. You know what I'm saying? Because they have nobody really to protect the basket. I would say that even Julius Randle as well, he needs to be downhill, everything downhill. Only time you need to be taking a jump shot is if some shit is wide open or you in the groove. If you in the groove, I got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? If you in the groove, you want to step back, shoot a three, you want to drive to the basket, pull back, you know what I'm saying? Pull back game, hold up, let me take this midi real quick. If you in the groove, I got no problem with that. But when you just chucking up bullshit, which they tend to do sometimes, that's why it's frustrating watching the Timberwolves, and that's why they struggled a lot this year, because they were doing a lot of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Chucking up threes and shit. Ain't nobody touching the ball. Motherfucker just coming up, just chucking up a three and shit. Like, bro, run a fucking play, bro. Run a fucking set or something, you know what I'm saying? Don't just come down freestyling, chucking up fucking threes, dog. Like, that's the shit that's infuriating sometimes with watching the NBA. I ain't gonna sit up and hold y'all. I sound like an old nigga now, you know what I'm saying? I've been watching it so long, so now I sound like a real old nigga like that's in his 50s and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, dog, it's infuriating watching y'all come down the fucking court chucking up threes. Like, nigga, run a set, run a play. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, ain't no action, ain't no backdoor action, ain't no nothing. Like, y'all just coming down shooting threes, pick and roll, shooting three. Like, dog, this is not basketball. This is YMCA run and gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can watch that type of shit at your local fucking you can watch that shit in your local park and rec leagues and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to see that shit, dog. Like, nigga, run a fucking play. You know what I'm saying? Run a fucking play, my man. You know what I'm saying? But as long as they running plays and they you know, Ant-Man and them boys is getting in the groove, you know what I'm saying? If Ant-Man and them boys can get in the groove, bro, they can win this series. But here's the question. Does the NBA want the Minnesota Timberwolves to win this particular series? And that answer is absolutely not. That answer is absolutely not. The NBA will not allow the Los Angeles Lakers as the 3 seed to lose this series. It don't matter what Ant-Man and them boys do. You know what I'm saying? Ant-Man and them boys, listen, them niggas will cut the magnet ball on at the end of the day. Magnet ball, if Ant-Man and them boys get too crazy, magnet ball will be motherfucking activated at the end of the day. I'm going to keep it $1 with y'all. The NBA is not going to allow Luka and LeBron to get eliminated in the first round. Even though I do think Minnesota has the better team. Minnesota definitely has the better team in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, 2 guys cannot do it all for you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Let these niggas is scoring 50-50 a piece. You know what I'm saying? 2 guys is not enough to get it done. You know what I'm saying? You need role players. You need the other guys to be able to give you something. You know what I'm saying? And what I feel, what I feel like with my basketball knowledge and what I know and what I've seen, I feel like the Timberwolves have the team to beat the Lakers because the Lakers really only have 3 guys. The Timberwolves have multiple guys that can get out there and give you buckets, you know what I'm saying? Besides their star players, you know what I mean? So, but I don't think the NBA wants that, you know what I'm saying? Adam Silver and his bald-headed ass, he don't want that. You know what I'm saying? He wants LeBron and Luka. This is why they made the trade for Luka going to the Lakers. They want the Lakers to be big time, all right? So